Hi everyone, welcome back to Goldfries. Now, I'm sure you all are here for the Comic Fiesta thing, but allow me to give you a heads up on what's this video about. Of course, the topic is Comic Fiesta. However, the other thing that I'm actually doing with this video is to test out the Canon EOS R10 camera with the 18-150 lens. Huge thanks to Canon for sending this product over. My settings for this entire video will be on auto because I would like to, I'm going with a more casual approach, like what the average or beginner user would do or what they can do with an EOS R10 camera. And even the audio recording, I'm not using additional accessories. For example, I'm not using additional, let's say a shotgun microphone or anything else. I'm using the camera's onboard microphone. So everything is auto, exposure auto, white balance auto, audio auto, because if anyone's going for this camera, it's most likely to be a beginner, and this is what I'm going to do using the very beginner settings and see how is the outcome. Alright, so with that, I'm going to make my way to the Comic Fiesta grounds. It's about 10:40 in the morning right now, and I'm currently parked at Lau Yat Plaza to minimize my parking fee damage. So with that said, let's make a move to KL Convention Center or KLCC Convention Center, whatever you call it. Let's go. Well, one thing I forgot to inform you guys is that for this video I will be using the camera handheld all the way, simply because I do not want to bring a tripod around. Tripod is very legit. I need to find a place to place it, and then when I go around I might want to dismantle it from the camera itself. So yeah, no tripod, it's totally handheld. So what you're seeing is the image stabilization of the camera system in action. And yes, I'm still in the car park, of course. Just got out of the car. So it's a bright, hot, sunny morning, and we can expect rain to come later today, given that this is based on my experience on what it's like. Morning is like this, afternoon it's most likely going to rain. As you can see here, I'm walking along the areas where there was bright just now, and then it's dark. Well, it was loud, so I don't know whether you can hear me, but I'll say it again. Just now it was bright, and then now it's dark in the shades. So basically this is what you can expect from the camera's exposure. And for the few of you, you can see that 18mm is wide enough for you to see the background. And earlier when I was recording this, I did not enable the image stabilization. So now the image stabilization is on, so it's less shaky. And what I'm going to do next, before we reach the Comic Fiesta ground, is I'm going to show you what is it like to zoom into 150mm. And I will do that a lot more along the way as I reach or when I'm at the Comic Fiesta grounds. That is like, this vlogging style video is mostly about videoing. However, if there are opportunities to photograph cosplayers, you can expect me to do so with this camera and with this lens. Now let me show you the 150mm zoom in, and I'm sure you'll be impressed. Right, so this is 18mm, and when you zoom into 150, it's like this. So yes, it's tracking everyone, or at least people around. You can switch what to track, and then after that, this is 18mm. Alright, let's look across the road. 150 mils. Right, 18, and back to 150 again. Really impressive lens this is for this range. Right, so let's move on. And in case you guys didn't know it yet, there is this pedestrian pathway that leads you from Pavilion to KLCC, which you see the signboard here. It says KLCC, right? So yeah, I'm walking through, I park at Lau Yat. I'm walking through this pathway to KLCC. And yeah, it's quite a distance. I've clocked a few thousand steps already. But hey, I actually reduced all my parking fee, and I'm on mask right now because it can be quite crowded. And you can see the exposure. I noticed the exposure was a bit dim earlier, but now it's okay. And now I'm speaking with mask on. Hopefully the audio is captured. From what I see, the audio levels seem to show audio is being recorded. So I guess it's all good. Now moving on to the convention center. Well, as you can see, I haven't even reached the event area yet, but this place is packed with people. So this is the KLCC's I'd say food court, which is near the aquarium. You can see the crowd is huge. So I'm heading over to collect my entrance pass. So I'm inside the KLCC hall right now, and on my way to collect the media pass, which is right over there at number 2. I can see outside, phew, as Chinese say, 人山人海, mountain, people sea. Huge crowd. So let's begin my journey for the media pass. Right.
Tapi ada orang keluar je macam yang degil-degil lah.
I remember back then when I used to hang around outside trying to take photos of cosplayers. But now with COVID, most people are with masks on, so I have no feel when it comes to this photographing cosplayers. But it's great to see that they put so much effort. All this, that's why I love taking pictures of them. Right, even everyone's mask on. It's a good thing actually. My last visit was 2019, and I'm actually very glad to be back. So this is the media tag collection area. Right, let's go. Let's see. Should be over here. Foreign media registration. Hey boys. Thank you. How? Hah? Bukan dah register ke?
Dah register ke? Oh ya.
Here am I with my media pass. So, is it focusing? Focus please, camera. I hope it's focusing. Yep. Right, now I have the media pass, so it's time to head into the hall. The great thing about having this media pass is that you get access without having to go through the crowd. You can go through any entrance. Well, I guess it's almost every entrance. Based on my experience, it's literally every entrance that you get to use to enter and cover the event for them. Let's see. I think let me plan out which hall to go through first. Right, my expectation for this video is that I would be able to cover all the halls. There are 3 halls, and then I very much hope that this single battery, one full charge, will be able to last me through on my session here. Of course, I will not be staying whole day, and I'm not allowed to record the concert. However, definitely I'm going around the halls. Hopefully this coverage is good for, especially for those of you who do not get to attend. At least you get to see what Comic Fiesta 2022 is, and maybe if you've been to the 2019, you get to compare what's the difference. Alright, tiring because I have done a few thousand steps now, walking in mask, and all the way from Laoyat over here at KLCC, and look at the crowd outside right behind me. Really huge, and this is just one portion of what's over here, because we actually, if you come to think of it, we had how many years? We had 2019 being last, then 2020 and 2021 no, we're really locked down. We don't have this kind of event, so now it's back in full scale. So you see cosplayers, there are new cosplayers. Definitely over the years, during the time of the lockdown, MC, all these things, we definitely have a lot of people like entering the scene. So there are newbies, fresh faces, and then there will be veterans as well. It's impossible for me to cover everyone, but definitely I'm looking forward to visit all the halls right now. Right, I don't know if you can see in detail on what's on my phone, but pretty much this is the map. Right, I'm going to go through the exhibitors first, then go to level 2, and after that level 3, where it's the art market, cosplay booth and stage. So let's go. Right, so after walking for a few minutes, I am still not at the entrance yet because the entrance is at the far end, which is over there, right far end there, and you see where the crowd is. Everyone is still lining up to enter the place. So the hall, the first hall that we're visiting, is the one where there's exhibitors. This is where everyone is lining up, and yes, we are going all the way over there. If you are one of the attendees who are using the regular tickets, this is the path that you have to go through. As a media tag holder, I am now just shortcutting the way just to show you what it's like. But you know what? This queue is super duper long. So I think I will just skip that. Initially, I thought of simulating the entrance of what the excuse me, let me go. I'll get through this place first. Back to what I was talking about. Initially, I thought of simulating what the average, what the usual ticket holder would go through, but the queue is too long, and I really would like to cover the exhibition hall now. Also, cutting across the massive crowd, I don't know, I might leave a bad taste in. So I guess it's best I just use this pass, get through to the rest of the place to cover. That's all, without causing people any dissatisfaction. I mean, I cannot be announcing to everyone that I have a pass, so they might think that I'm shortcutting the queue. So let's not give trouble to the organizers. Thank you. So this is where the crowd comes in. Over here, this is the entrance, right? And then you head over to the exhibitor area, which is right over there. And I guess that's pretty much that. If I'm not mistaken, that hall up there is for the pops. I'm not sure, but anyway, now that I'm here, let's go in with the crowd. Now this booth caught my attention. So this is the Genshin Impact section. I have no idea what they're doing, but let's just have a look.
Please know me now, because I need to see your full interview.
So over the
So don't forget to scan right now. If not, you're gonna lose it. We have 2 more sessions. This is the second session. We're gonna start at 100 participants. Right now it's just 44. Come on, guys. Bring your family. Bring your partner, your girlfriend. First come, first serve.
So this area is
50 more
about
to
merchandise
go.
only, is that?
Yes.
You guys want to win something
better take
free
today because tomorrow
from
this thing
Genshin
will be
Impact,
gone.
which is
Okay.
supported by Predator
Oh, Genshin merchandise.
and also
Right,
brought
thank you.
to you by IOE Sports. Something
So
that
apparently
you
this
get
Genshin
yourself
Impact area is
free.
huge. Over here, this is the teleport portal, and you see many people are taking pictures, especially here. You see Xiao and Raiden Shogun. Yeah, I'm not even sure whether my voice can be heard over this noise. Regardless, and over here, let me show you guys. This part is a gaming section, of which my friend is part of the team handling this, and what I got to know is that they'll be having a competition like domain and all that, which they can use developer account and have a fight, I guess, see who completes the domain fastest and all that. Right, so let's move around for other areas. Being a huge area, I will not go much into the detail. There's one coffee fiam over here. Those of you who are regular to Comic Fiesta, you know Coffee Fiam, alright? Merchant, okay. And over here is Acer and their Predator. Let's see what they have. So Acer and their showcase of their gaming peripherals. Alright. And then over here, Cafe and Corsairs. Jinx. And I don't know who's that guy. Jinx is from League of Legends. We'll do a quick run through. Sheldon Net shop, Funko Pops and such. Moving around, more characters. So just a quick run through. Over here it says Holo Live Meet. So VTuber meeting, I guess. Monster. Fiesta is okay. I have no idea what is this, but looks like a lot of merchandise. Boy. Right over here, Shido Road. Then the Vanguard thing over here. So then we see Van Presto. I've been photographing and collecting Van Presto stuff. Let's head over to Van Presto. Right, so we have here Van Presto collection of goodies. And over there, Gashapon. If you want to gacha, that is. As you can see, the crowd is pretty alright. I mean, I'm actually spaced very well with hand in front of me, not touching others, so it's good. Over here, our usual gacha, and I am certainly not going inside because my savings will be in trouble. I know I bought many things, but definitely there's a lot more to look at. Then over to this side, Bandai. Right, let's actually there's a lot more Van Presto stuff over here. Van Presto. Maybe I should call it Ban Presto since it's Japanese. Ban Presto. And here's Bandai. We talk about the stuff. I cannot go through everything in detail, just an overview for you to see. Things are on display all over at Comic Fiesta. And over to this part, costumes, props. Those of you like sword, like from Kimetsu no Yaiba. Oh, Ragnarok arena, interesting. Right, so this is the Ragnarok. Oh, okay, alright, Ragnarok booth. Oh, Corsairs, excuse me, good. So it's kind of difficult to go around. When we make space for Corsairs here, let's just cross first. And then over here, I think it's still an Ogacha shop. A lot of good Smile Company stuff, which yeah, it's Ogacha. It's expected. Things from Good Smile Company will be from Ogacha over here. Right, and now we see opposing flow of traffic. I'm trying to get around. Oops, I did not drop that. But we'll just go around. So now you see a first-person point of view kind of shots, just to cover this first hall before I go into the next hall, which is right across there. Right, book from Kinokuniya over here. Right, and what's this one? Oops. So currently I'm using the R10. So well, you might see me zooming in and out wrongly, simply because it's well, I'm used to zooming the other angle on another brand. Let's move on to the next spot. Right, I hope you guys are enjoying the trip so far. I do, and looks like the camera still can last. So we are in the next hall now. I just do a quick coverage, and we'll be done. Go up to the next areas. That is if you can even hear me. One tip I have for you guys for doing this thing is, if you're familiar with the exposure or comfortable with or trust the camera in doing the exposure, you can tune the screen brightness to lowest, because screens typically drain the most battery juice. So once you reduce it to the lowest, your camera will last a lot longer for whatever recording purpose you have. Right, we'll start over here. This is classroom. Okay, we are a college teaching art, and this is HK Comic Support Program. And over here I see a Wu-Tao character. It's so dark. Now I tune my screen too dark. I can't actually see anything. But let me walk around again. And walking around, I see a familiar face. 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 Hey! Moving around. Here I can see a lot of shops. For example, this one, stars. Over this, EMTNR, which one of the reputable sellers of figurines. Like over here, my goodness, my money is gonna be, I'm gonna have to say bye bye to my cat, right? So a lot of things. Wow, I see a very quite nice these characters. It's from Hong Kong. Let me zoom out. A lot of other figures. Right, let's move on. Gladex is over here, and the first machine over here is the red one, as you can see, is of a Gundam Zaku theme, a red graphics card, and overall red case. And I'm going to bring you to the next case over there. You guys excuse me. So we'll look at this one. Over here is a case with Genshin Impact Ayaka's artwork. And what I like about this case over here is that it has this light box over here, and there's another light display inside there. So there's two light displays. And lastly over here we have one. It looks like a Tagway fusion, and this one, the design is of Kimetsu no Yaiba, you see, Nezuko and what's his name, Tanjiro at the front. So basically, this being a Comic Fiesta event, you see this this is anime based, this is game based, and Gundam being Gundam, Gunpla, game, anime, you name it. So that's it for this one at Gladex booth. Now I'm moving on, so pretty much that is, I cannot be cover every single shop, so we're just going to do a quick walk, one round. I see a lot of, oh sorry, I just forgot that I actually raised the camera up. Basically I see a lot of figures that I wish I can buy and photograph. Buying is one thing, space is another, but I do not have time to photograph. Regardless, I think this is pretty much it to show you guys the haul. It's a lot of merchandise. And whether you can hear me is another thing. There are a lot of merchandise. So with that, I think I'm going to exit this area because merchandise means merchandise. We're going to cover the other halls, like the one upstairs. There's 2 more floors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit through here. Oh, excuse me, guys. Right? Excuse me, sorry. Whew. With that, I'll be making my exit through here. And then, on the next section, we'll resume when I'm at the upper floors. Right over here, I'm actually heading up to the 3rd floor, which has a lot of people around. Even down here, you see the long queue of crowd. Well, the things I go through to bring out this reporting, and you see the crowd again at the bottom. Now we're going up. We are going to up another flight of escalator. Yeah, so this place, the 3rd floor, is what I remember, the art, the cosplayer booth. Basically, your artists, your cosplayers are all on this floor. Of course, and I'm not speaking that loud simply because I'm around the crowd, so it's not nice to speak loud. And so finally we're on this floor, which is the 3rd one. Nice spacious window, huge window, let's say. Huge window, and those who are, there will be cosplayers hanging around here, that's for sure. And more. Let's turn around. And I'll be going in. Hello. Right, that was my friend Nicholas. And right, so man, this hall is quite dim, but it's a good place to test out this camera's white balancing. Again, I don't think I'll be covering every single artist. Looking at the crowd, you can look at my movement speed. It is Wow, challenging. Let me raise the camera up so you can have an overview. Right. So that's pretty much what I can do. I couldn't raise up my arm too long. I don't want to release anything. People, it'd be uncomfortable. I was still having a slow walk to the end of the hall. So all these places that I walked past just now, those are the artists, like say like artwork, paper, badges and all that. Over this section, however, is the cosplayer area, I guess. Oh wait, not yet. Still merchandise. Let's go the other side. I do see some interesting merchandise, just that it looks like now is not the time to walk around just yet. Alright, so I was mistaken. I don't see any cosplayer yet. But I do see a lot of artists here. Really nice artworks around. Right.
Any freebies?
Currently, I'm not even looking at the camera screen, so I don't know how it performs. Hopefully, it does well in this kind of environment. There's another exit over there. Right. As I mentioned earlier, before we begin this journey, the video is done with everything on auto. So the exposure and even the white balance are all on auto. Now I'm going to end this section here just to preserve my battery, and I'll show you the next section right after this blackout. Now we're entering the other section, which you see the white balance change from a more neutral color to now this yellow place, and yet so it maintains. I set it to auto. Let me just confirm that. Yes, the white balance is set to auto. The camera, however, does not change it to neutral. I don't think that's a bad thing, because I, for one, like to see the place as it is. Let me go over to the side and show you what it's like if I change the color of the white balance to match this place. Now at this point, the white balance is changed to tungsten. The light is, well, not exactly neutralized, but I can see it's not as warm as earlier. Right. Now I'm going to change it back to the auto white balance. And now I'm back to auto white balance, and based on what I see on the camera, I think there's not much difference between the auto and this set to tungsten. Well, it's a good thing then. Means I misjudged the camera on the view, I guess. Right now I'm trying to exit this place fast. I know you guys might have seen some pretty cosplays here and there. Unfortunately, I do not have time to stop by to look at them. Just simple coverage. I see a lot of like I said, I'm not even looking at the screen right now. Everything was on white. Sometimes I hold it below my eye level without the screen pointing forward. So it's just kind of like playing a first-person shooter game. Now I'm going to exit the hall again and to another hall. Again, resume after this blackout. Just a quick update. This EOS R10 over here does not show battery percentage, which to me is a problem. Which I wonder why Canon is still doing it this way, because percentage is very important. Now I only see the battery, it says full. Hopefully it doesn't go rolling down like a madman when it hits 50% or less. Sometimes they do that, they give it looks full all the way, then suddenly when it goes to lower percentage, everything drops really fast. I don't like that to happen, but as of now, it just shows 3 bar maximum. hopefully this will last me through. And yeah, I guess that's okay. I mean, the battery seems to be able to last a while. Like I mentioned earlier, I've already switched the brightness, tuned down the brightness, so that will buy me a lot more time, recording time that is. Now it's a matter of storage space, which I also have a lot. I brought 2 cards, so yes, these 2 cards will be more than enough for me to cover Comic Fiesta, at least on this speed walk kind of level. Over here we are fast approaching the art and cosplay market, and if you didn't notice yet why am I not able to see the screen, because I did not flip out the screen and I'm holding it close to my face, and the mic is pretty much under my nose. If I'm not mistaken, that's a mic, those 2 things near the hot shoe, flash hot shoe. So if that's it, then yes, you might hear me very loud. Whether or not I post-process, I will inform on the screen. Alright, so here we are. Again, more artist booth. This place looks brighter, and cosplayers are on the other side. So let's make it simple. I'm just going to show you guys this booth here for artists, and then let's go over to the cosplayer side because the artists we covered already. Now I see the battery bars drop. It's, I don't know whether I don't know that it's 1/3 or half. It should be 1/3. Let's see. Alright. Most cosplayers be at their booth. Right. I doubt we'll see any. Usually the cosplayers are not walking around, they'll be signing stuff, meeting their fans, and typically, especially those popular ones, they'll be flocked by their fans. Space covered like this, for example. Ow! Look. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Yep. Oh, right. Oh. Meaning familiar. Okay. My friend Sally over here. My friend Josette over there. Because I do not. Is she around? She is around. Right. So that's Josette over here signing. Now where is Sally? Is in Santa costume there. Right, done. Cosplayer section, done. Pardon me again for my noob zooming. Again, the twisting direction varies, so I get mixed up. So we're done with the cosplay section. Now to find the other section. No wonder the queue looks short earlier. Apparently the queue is over here, outside, waiting to meet Josette. Alright. And that's pretty much this upper hall here. We see merchandise, we see cosplayers. More importantly, get to test this camera, and you can see the crowd out there. Huge. 150, right? This 150 mil. Right. Nice. And as you can see, the crowd still moves around. Chainsaw Man. And down there, still a very long queue. And what's alarming right now is that the sky is dark. So good luck to the people down there. And just to update, I thought there were 3 halls. Well, actually it's... Okay, let me clarify. The bottom one is where we've been through, all the exhibitors and all that. And then the second one is over here, which is the 3rd floor, where there's artists and cosplayers. And I thought there was a 2nd floor, but actually that's the That's the panel room, which is the one at the bottom, which we saw earlier. That's for the talk and all that. So this is pretty much the coverage for Comic Fiesta. As what I mentioned when I was going through all these exhibitors, cosplayers, I cannot go through everyone in detail. I did highlight one or two cosplayers, friends of mine that I know, yes, no doubt. But that's pretty much it. It's impossible, especially the talented artists, you know, the artists with their artwork, whether it's paper, badges or clay stuff. There are so many things I cannot list them out. I'm unable to list them out all that for you. However, those are really interesting stuff. If you're at Comic Fiesta, do come and check out all these artists and what they have and display. Just support your artists, whether it's new or whether it's your favorite artist. Just see what they have produced, and I'm sure you'll be impressed. As for the cosplayers area, it's a very long queue. If you are a fan of any, be prepared to line up. That's all for my coverage for this one. And huge thanks to Canon once again for this Canon EOS R10 and the 18-150 lens. And then and for Comic Fiesta for arranging me this media pass to get around to do this coverage. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Well, just as what I have mentioned earlier, it is indeed raining. As you can see, I can zoom into you for you to see. Floor is wet. You see rain. Rain, everywhere rain.